Well, good morning from Wild Heather Cottage in the western southland of Aotearoa, New Zealand. It's the end of April. It's about 7:30 in the morning. We've gone from lockdown 4 to lockdown 3, so there's a lot more noise and activity as people are getting ready on the farms, and people are rushing to the garden centres to get all their compost and plants in before winter fully arrives, because it is autumn. So I got myself some coal yesterday as well. Got some coal delivered, so that's going to probably hopefully see me through. Oops, there goes another vehicle. I tell you, the noise started about 6 o'clock this morning. I've been busy lately in my garden, as you can see. I've been doing a lot of mulching and doing a lot of what I call cut and dropping. It's instead of having a compost heap, I do what nature does, and I just cut and drop, and it forms its own mulch and its own leaf mould. It saves me having to have a compost heap. And of course these little branches, as you can see laying on the ground there, make wonderful little homes for insects and lizards as well, so it gives them shelter over the winter months. I don't know if you can quite see, but in front there I have two wee fantails come to say good morning. Good morning, fantails, and they'll be no doubt interested in all little insects that I have in my cut and drop. Good morning to you both. Aren't they just lovely? They get so close. Absolute treasure. Look at them dancing for me, aren't they beautiful? Could watch them all morning. It's been wonderful. This lockdown coronavirus saga that we've been having all over the world has been quite fascinating. It's done a great cleanse, not only to nature, but also to relationships with people. Everyone's having a bit of a dust off, I think. Well, probably is a good term for it. A bit of a dust off. And some relationships and friendships have strengthened. Some have, shown a few cracks. Some people have really, bonded together and supported each other, and others have just faded off into the distance. So it's been really, really quite an interesting time. You can see a little bit of pink in the sky. And I think it's given everybody a wonderful opportunity to just sit back and look at their lives from the distance. It's almost like it's not our life, you're looking at it through somebody else's eyes. And you start to see things clearer about the things that we do value. The simple things too, great pleasure in the simple things. It's quite lovely. It's been great, to be honest. I think it's given everyone time to look at themselves, and we've been spending time with our families and time with our pets and time in our gardens, and it's a precious thing. Time is a precious thing, and we throw it away so carelessly, thinking there's always tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. I've lost 4 friends in the last 5 months, and none of them to coronavirus. Some to accidents, some to sickness. Most of them being quite a shock, really. So it does make you sit back and think, wow, what is really important to me as an individual? And I've certainly done that. I think I appreciate my garden a lot more. I think the health benefits from a garden, and it's not just about vegetables and plants, it's also spending time in nature, because we are nature. We are one. We're all made up of the same cells in the universe. We are no different than these plants in these gardens, the birds in the tree. There's no difference. We all have the same needs. And we put ourselves, us humans are very egotistic, and we put ourselves above nature, as if we're separate from it. In fact, we're not. Not in the slightest. And I think we've had time now to sit back and notice that. To realise that we are nature. And we need nature. And when we feel stressed and tired and out of sorts and got just to clear our thoughts and minds, and we go to our gardens. And we wander in the garden, sit in the garden, weed the garden, whatever we do. But we go to plants, we go to nature, because nature is what balances us. It nurtures us. Mother Nature. There's a reason why she is our mother. She provides everything we need, and we totally have been ignoring her. Oh, we've been like a whole group of egotistic teenagers, and just thinking, oh, she'll be there tomorrow, she'll always be there to look after us. You can actually, I don't know if you can see that, that's actually a little bellbird. That's actually just landed in the tree. That's actually quite special. We get bellbirds down here in Southland, they're quite lovely. Any luck, it'll sing. So I think now we're starting to grow up and mature as a race and as a species, to say, well, perhaps Mother Nature is important. Perhaps we do need our mother. She gives us medicines, she gives us shelter, she balances us. She's always been there for us. She entertains us. And only now are we starting to open our eyes and see, when we come out of all this chaos that are affecting the humans, not the animals and not the plants, but the humans, this chaos of the corona thing that's all over the place, I think we're going to see a balance. Well, we would be wise to create a balance between our needs and nature's needs. A harmony, which is what we used to have many years ago. And if you look in the history books, it seems to be around the time of industrialisation that we let go of all that balance. And it became all about us. And now we've realised it's not all about us. It's about we. We, the earth, together. We're finally, the human species, perhaps we have finally grown up. Now I'm going to go in now and have my cup of tea. There's no doubt my kettle would have boiled. My birds are entertaining me, so I'm going to go sit down in my seat out where I always sit every morning. This is my morning ritual, which is another little important thing, is rituals. Get up in the morning, open my curtains, see what sort of day I've got, put the kettle on. While the kettle's boiling, I'll come out and have a wander around my garden to see, well, to say good morning to all my plants and all my beautiful things that make me happy. And then I go make my cup of tea and I go sit on my seat and I just watch the sun coming over the trees and listen to the birds before I start the day. And that's what I'm going to do now. So you stick to your little rituals, because those rituals might not seem much, but they're the threads that keep us all together in times of change. Have a lovely day, everybody, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye from Wild Heather Cottage.